The Impossible Amazon Part 4. The invisible killers of the rainforest. As night falls over the Amazon, the jungle undergoes a dramatic transformation. The brilliant calls of macaws fade into the distance. The monkeys retreat high into the canopy. Even the river seems to grow quieter. For a brief moment, the forest falls almost silent. Then, another world awakens. Millions of insects emerge simultaneously. Tree frogs begin calling from hidden pools. Bats pour from hollow trees like living clouds. Predators that remained motionless throughout the day now begin their hunt. In the Amazon, darkness belongs to a completely different kingdom. Not every danger announces its presence. Many of the rainforest's deadliest inhabitants are nearly impossible to see. Hidden among fallen leaves lives the fer-de-lance. Its brown and olive scales blend perfectly with the forest floor. To an untrained eye, it appears to be nothing more than another fallen branch. It waits without moving, sometimes for hours, sometimes for days. Then, one careless step is enough. Its strike lasts less than a quarter of a second. The venom immediately begins destroying tissue, disrupting blood clotting, and causing severe internal damage. For many animals, there is no second chance. Even experienced jungle guides carefully watch every step they take. But snakes are not the only masters of camouflage. Thousands of insects have evolved extraordinary disguises. Leaf insects resemble fresh green leaves. Stick insects become indistinguishable from twigs. Certain moths imitate tree bark with astonishing perfection. Some caterpillars resemble venomous snakes. Others imitate bird droppings. In the Amazon, looking like something else can mean the difference between life and death. Evolution has turned deception into one of nature's greatest survival strategies. The rainforest is also home to one of the smallest and most relentless predators on Earth: mosquitoes. Though tiny, they have shaped the history of entire civilizations. Within the Amazon, they serve as vectors for diseases such as malaria, dengue fever, yellow fever, and other tropical illnesses. For explorers, the greatest danger often isn't a jaguar or an anaconda, but an insect no larger than a grain of rice. Countless expeditions throughout history have been halted not by predators, but by disease. The humidity itself becomes an invisible enemy. Temperatures frequently exceed 90 degrees Fahrenheit. Humidity often approaches 100%. Sweat no longer evaporates efficiently. The human body struggles to cool itself. Clothing remains soaked for days. Every cut becomes vulnerable to infection. Every blister becomes a potential medical emergency. Survival in the Amazon depends as much on endurance as it does on caution. Then there are the fungi, hidden beneath leaves, inside decaying wood, and drifting invisibly through the air. Most are harmless. Many are essential to the rainforest's survival. Without fungi recycling dead vegetation, nutrients would never return to the soil. The forest itself would eventually collapse. Yet some fungi possess terrifying abilities. Cordyceps fungi infect insects by invading their bodies. Slowly, they take control of their host's behavior. The infected insect climbs to a high branch, locks itself into position, and dies. Days later, a fungal stalk erupts from its body, releasing spores to infect the next victim. It is one of nature's most disturbing survival strategies. Even plants have evolved extraordinary weapons. Some vines are covered in microscopic hooks that tear skin with the slightest touch. Others grow razor-sharp spines several inches long. The walking palm appears to stand on stilts, its roots arching above the forest floor. Towering kapok trees develop massive buttress roots that stabilize trunks weighing hundreds of tons. Meanwhile, strangler figs continue their silent conquest. Their roots tighten year after year until only a hollow skeleton remains where another tree once stood. Nothing in the rainforest grows without competition. Among the most feared plants is the sandbox tree. Its trunk is covered with thick, conical spikes. Its milky sap contains powerful toxins capable of causing painful skin irritation. But its most remarkable defense appears when its fruit ripens. As it dries, pressure builds inside until the pod suddenly explodes. The seeds are launched outward at speeds exceeding 150 miles per hour. Nature has transformed reproduction into an explosion. Beneath the leaf litter, another army is constantly at work. Leafcutter ants. Each individual carries a tiny fragment of vegetation many times its own weight. Millions work together with astonishing precision, yet they do not eat the leaves they harvest. Instead, they use them to cultivate underground fungal gardens. The fungus becomes their food. It is one of the oldest known examples of agriculture on Earth. Humans developed farming roughly 12,000 years ago. Leafcutter ants perfected it millions of years earlier. As dawn approaches, mist rises from the rainforest floor. Sunlight slowly filters through the canopy. The forest begins another cycle. Birds return. Howler monkeys announce the morning with calls that echo for nearly 3 miles. Butterflies emerge from hidden shelters. Every sunrise marks another victory. Another day survived in one of the harshest environments on Earth. But perhaps the Amazon's greatest mystery has nothing to do with its wildlife. For centuries, people believed this immense rainforest had always been an untouched wilderness, a place where only small, isolated tribes could survive. Modern archaeology has revealed a very different story. Hidden beneath the trees, buried beneath centuries of vegetation, lies evidence of vast civilizations that once flourished here. Ancient cities, sophisticated road networks, massive ceremonial structures, engineered forests, entire societies that disappeared long before European explorers ever arrived. The Amazon is not only a sanctuary of wildlife, it is also one of the greatest archaeological mysteries on Earth. And in the next chapter, we'll uncover the forgotten civilizations, isolated tribes, and unexplained mysteries still hidden beneath the world's largest rainforest. The unknown Amazon, the most dangerous paradise on Earth. You've never seen Part 3, 30 hours. The silent hunters of the rainforest. Leaving the river behind does not mean leaving danger behind. In the Amazon, the deeper you walk into the forest, the more invisible the threats become. At first, everything appears peaceful. Sunlight filters through layers of emerald leaves. Towering trees rise like ancient pillars. Bright butterflies drift lazily through shafts of light. The air is filled with the scent of damp earth, flowering vines, and fresh rain. It feels almost magical. But this beauty hides an unforgiving reality. Every square mile of rainforest is home to countless predators. Some hunt with incredible speed. Others rely on patience. Many have mastered the art of camouflage so completely that even experienced biologists can walk within inches of them without noticing. The Amazon rewards those who pay attention. For everyone else, it can be deadly. There is one animal that sits at the very top of the rainforest's food chain, a predator so perfectly adapted that few creatures dare challenge it. The jaguar. Powerful. Silent, elusive, unlike lions that live in prides, or wolves that hunt in packs. Jaguars hunt alone. Every movement is calculated. Every step is nearly silent. Their spotted coats are more than beautiful. The rosette-shaped markings break up the outline of their bodies, allowing them to disappear into shifting patterns of sunlight and shadow. To prey wandering through the forest, the jaguar simply doesn't exist until it attacks. Unlike most big cats, jaguars possess an astonishing bite force. Pound for pound, it is stronger than that of lions or tigers. Instead of biting the throat like many other felines, jaguars often bite directly through the skull. Their jaws are capable of piercing the shells of turtles, the armor of caimans, even thick bones. It is one of the few predators on Earth powerful enough to kill almost anything it encounters. Capybaras, tapirs, monkeys, deer, giant reptiles, even massive snakes. Nothing is entirely safe. Despite their fearsome reputation, jaguars rarely attack humans. In fact, they generally avoid people whenever possible. Long before a person realizes a jaguar is nearby, the jaguar has usually already detected the human, observed them, and quietly disappeared. It is this invisible presence that makes the animal so extraordinary. Visitors often spend weeks in the rainforest, hoping to see one. Most never do. Yet cameras placed throughout the Amazon reveal a different story. The jaguars are there, watching, always watching. Sharing the forest with the jaguar is another remarkable predator, one that rules not from the ground, but from the sky. The harpy eagle. This magnificent bird is among the largest and most powerful eagles on Earth. Its wings may not be the longest, but its strength is extraordinary. Adult females can weigh over 20 pounds. Their talons are larger than the claws of a grizzly bear. Perched high above the canopy, the harpy eagle scans the forest below with eyesight several times sharper than that of humans. Nothing escapes its attention. A monkey leaping between branches, a sloth moving almost imperceptibly, an iguana basking in sunlight. When the moment is right, the eagle launches. Silently, its massive wings slice through the air. Within seconds, its talons strike with crushing force. The victim rarely has time to react. Even fully grown monkeys can be carried away into the treetops. Few birds inspire such respect throughout the rainforest. Yet the Amazon's deadliest hunters are not always large. Some are so small they can fit on the tip of your finger. One of these is the poison dart frog, barely larger than a paperclip. Its brilliant blue-yellow dot orange or scarlet colors serve as a warning. Do not touch. These vibrant patterns are nature's way of announcing danger. Certain species produce toxins powerful enough to stop the heart of a predator. Indigenous hunters once coated the tips of their blowgun darts with these poisons, hence the frog's famous name. Curiously, poison dart frogs raised in captivity often lose their toxicity. Scientists believe their poison comes from specific insects they consume in the wild. Without that specialized diet, the frogs become harmless. Even today, researchers continue studying these remarkable chemicals in hopes of developing new medicines. Not all venom comes from frogs. Hidden among fallen leaves are some of the rainforest's most feared reptiles. The fer-de-lance, known in parts of South America as one of the deadliest snakes in the region. Perfectly camouflaged against the forest floor, it often remains completely motionless. Its camouflage is so effective that people sometimes step dangerously close without ever seeing it. When threatened, it strikes with astonishing speed. Its venom destroys tissue, disrupts blood clotting, and can become fatal without immediate medical treatment. Fortunately, like most snakes, it prefers escape over confrontation. Humans are not its prey. Most bites occur simply because the snake was accidentally disturbed, high above, wrapped around tree branches. Another snake waits, the emerald tree boa. Its vivid green body blends perfectly with rainforest vegetation. During the day, it remains coiled motionless. At night, it comes alive. Using heat-sensitive receptors, it detects the body warmth of birds, rodents, and small mammals moving through the darkness. One sudden strike, and the hunt is over. Then there are the spiders. The Amazon is home to thousands of species. Many are harmless. Some are stunningly beautiful. Others are among the largest on Earth. Perhaps none is more famous than the Goliath bird-eater, the world's largest spider by mass. Its legs can span nearly a foot. Despite its intimidating appearance, it rarely hunts birds. Instead, it feeds on insects, frogs, small reptiles, and occasionally rodents. When threatened, it employs an unusual defense. Rather than relying on venom alone, it rubs its hind legs together, releasing tiny barbed hairs into the air. These microscopic hairs irritate the eyes, skin, and lungs of potential predators. Sometimes, looking dangerous is enough to survive, but if one creature truly dominates the forest floor, it is not the jaguar, nor the snake, nor the spider. It is the ant. Army ants are among the Amazon's most efficient predators. Unlike most ant colonies, they do not build permanent nests. Instead, millions of individuals move continuously through the forest, a living river of insects. Their columns stretch for hundreds of feet. Everything unable to escape is consumed. Spiders flee. Scorpions scatter. Lizards run. Even birds have learned to follow the swarms, not to eat the ants. but to capture insects fleeing from them. Nature wastes no opportunity. Each predator creates opportunities for another. Some of the Amazon's strangest hunters are almost impossible to see. Praying mantises disguised as leaves, katydids resembling tree bark, walking sticks identical to twigs. Evolution has transformed these insects into living illusions. Predators overlook them. Prey walks directly toward them. Camouflage in the Amazon has reached extraordinary levels. Some butterflies resemble dead leaves so perfectly that only their movement reveals the truth. Certain caterpillars imitate bird droppings. Others resemble venomous snakes. In this forest, appearance often determines survival. As daylight begins to fade, the rainforest undergoes another dramatic transformation. The daytime chorus slowly quiets. Songbirds retreat. Butterflies disappear. Monkeys settle into the safety of the canopy. For a brief moment, silence. Then, the night shift begins. Millions of insects erupt into song. Tree frogs call from hidden pools. Nightjars glide between shadows. Fruit bats emerge by the thousands. Some feed on nectar, others on insects. A few hunt small vertebrates. Meanwhile, far below, jaguars begin their nightly patrols. The forest becomes alive in ways impossible to witness during the day. To an outsider, walking here after sunset feels almost surreal. The darkness is complete. The canopy blocks nearly every trace of moonlight. Your flashlight illuminates only a narrow tunnel ahead. Beyond it, anything could be waiting. Every crack of a branch, every rustle in the leaves, every distant growl feels magnified. Your senses become overwhelmed. It is easy to understand why so many explorers describe the Amazon at night as one of the most psychologically intense places on Earth. But perhaps the greatest hunters in the rainforest are not individual animals. They are the countless relationships that connect every living thing. Predators control prey. Prey shapes vegetation. Plants feed insects. Insects pollinate flowers. Fungi recycle dead trees. Nothing exists in isolation. Every creature, from the smallest ant to the mighty jaguar, plays a role in maintaining the delicate balance of this incredible ecosystem. Remove one piece, and countless others begin to change. The Amazon is not simply a collection of species. It is a living network, a masterpiece millions of years in the making. And yet, some of the rainforest's greatest dangers are not animals at all. The next chapter takes us into a world where even touching the wrong tree, brushing against the wrong leaf, or breathing the wrong spores can have devastating consequences. Welcome to the hidden world of poisonous plants, deadly insects, and nature's invisible weapons.